Heyo, and what's up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you once again for joining us today for our BackLash preview and prediction show. And we are going to get that started right here and right now on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
WWE SmackDown Live presents BackLash this Sunday from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm very excited about the show for two reasons. One being Shinsuke Nakamura's main roster in-ring debut, and the Tag Team Championship match has piqued my interest to no end, and I am definitely on the Fashion Police bandwagon. I want them to defeat the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, and we are going to get into all that right here today. I am Nick Nightmare. Welcome everybody to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV, only available on YouTube.com. And we have BackLash this weekend. Tomorrow night, starting at 8 p.m., live on the WWE Network, and I will be very much locked in to this show. Pretty good card. It feels like your standard WWE pay-per-view card. You have a couple of decent undercard matches, you have 3 great championship matches, and you have a special feature attraction match in the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura. Everything feels really big. Everything looks to be in place for a fantastic show, which also scares me because when we have cards like this that are set up in a way that we expect things to be great, sometimes they do not deliver to the level that we as fans expect. But let's get into this pretty decent card. Starting on the kickoff show, we are going to have Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English, the newly single Aiden English, and his NXT gimmick is being repackaged for SmackDown Live, where he's this opera singer and he's some sort of an artist that they want to call him whatever. We'll see how this plays out. If he gets it over like he did on NXT, Aiden English could be great. Ty Dillinger, on the other hand, is already over the perfect 10, even though it looks like 8 because my hands are monstrous and you can't really, there you go, 10, baby. Ty Dillinger gonna come out here and he's gonna come out here and squash Aiden English on the kickoff show. They're gonna continue to build his momentum and hopefully place him in the U.S. Championship title picture sooner than later. On to what is listed here as, according to WWE.com, to the main card. Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. The only match on the night where I'm just like, whatever. Both of these guys are stuck in limbo. And why they're fighting each other, I don't know. Do you know why they're fighting each other? Because they used to be part of the same group? Is that why we're fighting? Because Bray's gone and they don't know what to do, so they'll just fight each other? You really have nothing else you could have done with both of these men? I'm not going to be too harsh on it. We'll see. Hopefully, there's some sort of something built up out of this that may lead to some intriguing storylines on TV. Maybe somebody comes out to help Eric Rowan get the upper hand on Luke Harper. Maybe they can make this into a long-standing rivalry that might actually mean something. Who the hell knows? We'll have to check it out. Wait and see. And I think Luke Harper is going to get the win. He's the bigger star out of the two right now. He's definitely in need of some momentum. They've had him stalled since they took him out of the world title picture in and around WrestleMania time, which was unfair because it definitely made the whole situation much more intriguing. And they dropped the ball on that one. In a match that I predict will probably be the show's opener, Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf. I'm very, very interested in this match. Both of these guys can go. They are NXT alumni. They have both a lot to prove. I believe that the WWE has got big things planned for Baron Corbin. Sami Zayn is the perfect opponent for him. He could use and abuse poor little Sami, but he's the little engine that could, and he will not give up. I would like to see maybe Baron Corbin slap him in some sort of submission and Sami Zayn just not give up. You know, a la Stone Cold Steve Austin back when he took on Bret Hart and he passed out in the sharpshooter. You know, obviously we're not going to have blood dripping down Sami Zayn's head. We don't do that stuff anymore. But that would be the way to go this way. Sami remains to look strong, and you can book him in that underdog angle that Sami doesn't give up. Sami never quits, and it might not be the best thing for him, but Sami never quits. And you can have both guys come off looking good. And that's what I would do. What I think they're going to do is probably just have Baron Corbin pin Sami Zayn to get the win in this match and continue on his steamroller of a run right now, because he's just being booked to be like one of the strongest guys in the company, and I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. Baron Corbin's going to get the win here, even though it'll probably be, like I said, probably not the way I thought it. It'll be something else. 6-woman tag team match. I'm not interested. I would have much rather have Naomi defend her title one-on-one against any one of these women instead of having another nonsensical multi-woman match just to have everybody featured on the card. The welcoming committee. We haven't touched upon this on my channel, on this show at all. The welcoming committee is the absolute worst name ever given to a stable, ever. I don't like the sound of it. It doesn't fit what they're doing. I understand it's an ironic name. We're the welcoming committee, and we're going to beat up anybody that tries to come on our show. It's garbage. It's trash. They could have come up with so much better than that, especially with Natty leading the charge. Her being a Hart family member, they could have thrown that in there in any way. They would. I mean, it would be ridiculous to call it the Hart Foundation. You don't want to do that. But you could have done something. Anything. Literally anything else could have been better. You could have called them the Pizza Party. I would have been happy with that. But you're going to go the Welcoming Committee? Come on. Get the hell out of here. Terrible name. This match doesn't matter. And it's a shame because Naomi's been on a tremendous run herself. And I would have rather see her in a rematch with Charlotte Flair. Or in a triple threat with Charlotte and Becky. Let the woman defend her title successfully and come out with the win. Who wins in this match? Probably Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky. I don't see why they'd give the win to the welcoming committee in this situation. But hey, you never know. If they want to shock us and prolong this angle, which it definitely does not need to be prolonged, they could definitely do that. But I predict the good girls triumph, and Naomi is going to get the win, probably pinning Carmella somehow, because Carmella's been getting the best of the champ, and this would be a good way for the champ to get a little payback here. In what's going to probably be my favorite match of the night, if they give it enough time, SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, the Usos, which the Fashion Police refer to as the Uggos, and I freaking love that, versus Breezango, the Fashion Police. Another thing we have not really touched on lately, but the Fashion Police segments on SmackDown over the last few weeks that have been leading up to this pay-per-view have been absolutely spectacular. Pro wrestling at its finest. Watching them goofing around in the back and then go into the ring and taking care of business, that's what a tag team does. Like Edge and Christian. You used to see them in the back just getting into all kinds of shenanigans, causing all kinds of havoc, definitely entertaining us, definitely making us laugh, but then when they got in the ring and got into those TLC matches and whatever, they took care of business. They got shit done. And that's what I want to see out of the Breezango tag team tonight. All this fun and all the games have been fantastic. It's been absolutely great to watch. Tonight, they beat the Usos and give these guys a run, man. They deserve it. They are two of the most underrated talents on your roster. Fandango, everybody forgets he was Johnny Swinger back in the day, and he was a definitely solid hand, and they just did absolutely nothing with him. They repackaged him into Fandango. I'm not against it. He's been great. Everything he does in that character is great. And the same could be said for Tyler Breeze. Nobody can touch Tyler Breeze in the ring. He reminds me of a young Shawn Michaels. Almost like what I felt about Dolph Ziggler in his younger days. Like, this guy's got it. He's got a definite quality to him. You got to use him. And if this is the way to showcase them, it's been great. So why not give them the belts and let this grow and flourish? There is money in this tag team, and that's what they have to do. And that's what I think is going to happen. Breezango, the Fashion Police, going to hand out fashion tickets to the Usos tonight for being uggos, and they're going to take those championships right off their back. We have the WWE Championship Match, Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. I don't care either way about this match. We all know Jinder Mahal's not going to win this match. Everybody in the world knows that. Will the WWE turn it around and give it to this kid? I don't think so. It's definitely, with the way things have been going, it's not out of the realm of possibility to believe that they may give him a short-term title run just to sort of solidify this whole push to begin with. If he beats Randy Orton in some sort of fashion, if somebody else, along with the Singh brothers, maybe come out and cost him the championship, only to have him win it back again on a SmackDown leading up into the next pay-per-view, I would not be surprised. But don't hold your breath, because I do not think that's what's going to happen. We're going to have to see. I really just think Randy's going to come in there. He's going to allow Jinder to get off a few moves or whatever, but we're going to see the Viper just destroy this guy. And if we don't, it'll be a friggin' travesty. An absolute travesty. Not because of who Jinder Mahal is or whatever, but because it makes no sense. Why would a guy like Jinder Mahal, who's done nothing but lose and has been part of 3MB and has been a perennial jobber for the most part of his career, going to come out of nowhere and defeat Randy Orton? No. It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it at all. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler speaks for itself. Dolph Ziggler in the upper echelon of wrestling talent in the company. Shinsuke Nakamura has to come out and wow this crowd, and he's got a great partner to dance with tomorrow night. It's going to be a great match. It has to be. There is no way it's going to disappoint. Dolph Ziggler is the show-off. He is a showman. He wants to steal this show. So does Shinsuke Nakamura, and I fully expect them to do so tonight. Shinsuke will get the win here by hook or crook. If Dolph gets him disqualified, whatever. Shinsuke's going to win this match. Do we see a Kinshasa? I certainly hope so. Is it going to lead to something more? With Ziggler, maybe not. Maybe this is going to be a one and done. After he wins tonight, he'll move on to his next program, most likely. Maybe for the United States Championship against whoever comes out the winner here at BackLash between Kevin Owens, the champ, and AJ Styles, the incumbent challenger, in what's going to end up being the main event of the evening. It's probably going to close the show, and rightfully so. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, definitely the two biggest stars on the SmackDown roster, including Randy Orton. Kevin Owens is bigger than Randy Orton right now. AJ Styles is bigger than everybody right now. He is going to put on one of the best main events we've seen in a match with a guy the likes of Kevin Owens. A great contrast in styles. The big powerhouse bad boy fighter versus the graceful and elegant wrestling pro all over the world, trained, just absolutely phenomenal AJ Styles. And he is most likely going to take that belt tonight. And I hope so. I hope AJ Styles takes the championship from Kevin Owens, not for any other reason, but because I think AJ will make the title mean more, it'll get through more, and it'll just be a much better champion for SmackDown to have with the United States Championship on his shoulder. Kevin Owens has done a fantastic job in his heel character, but if they want to increase the ratings and everything on SmackDown, they have to give people something they want to see. AJ Styles as a champion is something everybody wants to see, and if they're not going to put him in the World Heavyweight title picture coming out of this feud, there's no reason for AJ Styles to lose. If AJ Styles loses to Kevin Owens tonight and Kevin Owens retains the championship, what reason would you give AJ Styles a World Heavyweight Championship match other than the fact that he's AJ Styles? I'd give him a championship match when he walked in the door, no matter who he is. But it is, something to be said that wins and losses should be made to count. And if he loses, he should not be rewarded with a heavyweight championship match just based off the fact that he's AJ Styles. It just doesn't make sense, no matter how much you love AJ. You have to admit that. Come on, let's use logic and sense. So, do they have AJ Styles possibly win the U.S. title and then go on further to challenge the winner of the WWE Championship match tonight? And do a title versus title for title thing, and then maybe AJ can drop the U.S. title and leave that up for grabs in a tournament where Ty Dillinger can pick it up as he walks around now as the new WWE Heavyweight Champion. Shinsuke Nakamura is lurking in the background, and you could definitely book that for SummerSlam if you don't want to hold it off to where it really belongs, which is at WrestleMania. But it would definitely be an interesting night when we see who comes out winning and losing. Who will be the champions when we leave tonight? I keep saying tonight because NXT TakeOver is tonight, and I'm wondering who the champions are going to be for that as well. Since I just did that, let's go over the card tonight. I know it's happening in just a few hours. Hopefully you guys see this before the NXT thing. We'll talk a little NXT TakeOver Chicago real quick, and then we're going to sign off. Those were my predictions and my preview for BackLash tomorrow night at 8 on the WWE Network. Let's talk a little bit about NXT TakeOver Chicago. NXT TakeOver Chicago has 4 fantastic championship matches on deck with one pretty decent singles match on the card. Let's go over it here real quickly as I drop a bottle once again, as I'm known to do on camera, because I leave my cluttered shit all over the place. And I got my notes here, which is why I'm making a mess. But I'm sorry. Forgive me. Get over it. DIY versus the Authors of Pain for the Tag Team Championships. Authors of Pain are going to win this match. Plain and simple. It doesn't matter that Tommaso Ciampa's injury report is whatever it is. Is it a work? Is it not? Who cares? The bottom line is Triple H has said in his conference call, Ciampa's injury is fine. Nothing is broken. Nothing is fractured. Nothing is torn. The match will go on. I expect DIY to lose this match and then hopefully be pushed up to the main roster in a tag team division on either Raw or SmackDown. It doesn't matter. As always, we prefer SmackDown to get the new talent first. But if they go to Raw, it'll be a welcome change for the Raw Tag Team division. They will fit right in, especially with the Revival being sidelined, and then they could come back in after the summer and start that whole thing up again, because the Revival versus DIY is some of the greatest stuff you will ever see, and I highly recommend you go watch everything they've done in NXT if you have not done so already. But the Authors of Pain are going to win this match. They've been on a roll as of late. Nobody have been able to stop Paul Ellering's monsters, and the only team on the horizon that I could really think doing that, actually the only other team in NXT actually, is Heavy Machinery, the new team that's coming up. 2 really big, really strong guys. It would make sense that they might be the ones to finally unseat the Authors of Pain, but that will not happen tonight. The Authors of Pain are going to retain their championship. The biggest, most exciting match I am looking forward to on this entire card is the UK Championship match between Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne is an absolute badass. He is money. You just look at the guy's demeanor. He is absolutely money. He reminds me of William Regal when he first came in, minus all the fancy garb and everything. But he's just got that, I'm going to kick your ass face. He's always grumpy, and he's just ready to destroy everything in his path, and he wants the UK title. He says the UK title is his. Everything is his. Everything. That's the type of attitude we're dealing with. Pete Dunne, absolutely fantastic talent. One of the more impressive people that I was able to witness in the UK Championship Tournament. Tyler Bate as well, a young 19-year-old debut champion for the UK division here in the WWE, and he's done the title very well. I did not think he was going to go far. He was the only person in the tournament I wasn't actually impressed with until he got to the finals and beat Pete Dunne to become the first ever UK champion. And I was very high on him after that. He definitely earned my respect, proved he deserved the honor, and he's done a great job. His first title defense at the UK Championship special that I've been able to see was fantastic. It was an absolute knockdown, drag out. Mandrews was fantastic. Everybody in that whole show, I'm going to do the review on that show as well because it was a great show. The UK guys, you guys over there, the performers, right down to the fans, you guys have a great time when you're doing your wrestling thing, and it's infectious, and I enjoyed that show so much. Pete Dunne is going to win the title tonight. I can say tonight now. At NXT TakeOver Orlando, it's going to Pete Dunne. He's the money man for that division. Guaranteed. It's going to be the start of big things for both the UK Championship division and for Pete Dunne himself. Tyler Bate, nothing to sneeze at. He's going to give us one hell of a match. This is a rematch from the finals of the UK tournament, which was a hell of a performance from both men, and I expect them to try to top that tonight, and I am very much looking forward to it. The Women's Championship will be defended now in a triple threat match. It was supposed to be a fatal four-way, but Ember Moon, being injured, has subsequently been removed, leaving only Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross versus the champion Asuka. Asuka's going to tear these two girls apart. It's just a matter of time. There is no reason to believe either one of these girls are going to unseat the thus far undefeatable champion. It's just not going to happen. Asuka's going to retain her title and keep hold of it until either Ember Moon comes back ready to go and they decide to go with that for Brooklyn TakeOver 2, or the winner of the Women's Championship, as being said by many people that do podcasts, like everybody's saying, one of the rewards for the women's tournament might be a shot at the NXT champion, which would be fantastic. But I wouldn't want that as a reward. I would want something shiny and nice. I wouldn't want somebody who's going to punch me in the mouth. But definitely gaining a chance at the championship, the premier championship right now in the women's division, including all the other ones. It doesn't matter. The NXT Women's Championship is the most prestigious title right now in all of WWE. She has been Asuka on a tear, and it's going to continue until they find the right person to unseat her. And that's going still to be a couple of months away. It is not going to happen tonight. Asuka's going to win, probably pinning Ruby Riott, and that's going to be my prediction on that. The undercard match of the night, not featuring a championship. Roderick Strong versus EY, Eric Young of Sanity. That's what I have to say. I mean, it's not that I don't like either of the talents. It's fine. They're both very good. I love EY from TNA, and I love everything he's been doing with Sanity. But this whole thing, Roderick Strong, even with his little, video packages they showed, which were great. It's great to feature these guys in that way. They should be doing it more and more to familiarize us and give us a reason to cheer for these guys. But Roderick Strong just is a little too generic, I think, for my particular taste in wrestling. It's nothing against the guy himself. It's not about his talent or what he brings to anything. It's just pretty much about his look. There's just something about it that doesn't appeal to my wrestling taste, and that's okay. It's okay for me to feel that way. It's okay for you to feel that way about anybody. So this match is going to be what it is. It's just going to be a match. I'm sure that it's going to be great. They're going to probably try to steal the show, as everybody in NXT usually does, and I look forward to seeing it. But I don't expect Eric Young to lose. They've been building Sanity so much, and I know that they've just started to really build up Roderick Strong. To make him lose would be almost stupid too, because they're both on a rise. So somebody's going to have to take a hit tonight. And the only thing I could see is possibly Sanity gets involved, prompting other guys to come out from the back to help Roddy Strong, and maybe it ends in a big schmaz finish or a double DQ, or somebody counted out, double count out, something, some kind of brawl possibly, is what I think is going to happen. Because you got guys like Cassius Ohno, who's not wrestling tonight. Drew McIntyre isn't wrestling tonight. Aleister Black isn't wrestling tonight. Andrade Cien Almas isn't wrestling tonight. There's a lot of people off the card. So if they can, maybe get them all involved in this segment some way, just to have them on the show in some way, would be great. But that's my prediction. There's going to be no winner, because both of these guys shouldn't be losing right now. And finally, the NXT Championship title match. Another match that I'm not really looking forward to. I know everybody's hyped about this card, and so am I. It's very good matches. It's going to be a great show. But I don't care about Hideo Itami. I've said my piece on him in my in my piece on whether or not the WWE's already ruining Shinsuke Nakamura. They wanted this Nakamura effect that's happening right now to happen with Hideo Itami when he first entered. But he, much like Roderick Strong, in my opinion, is just very plain. Roddy Strong is actually not a fair comparison, because he's got a lot of charisma and he can talk and he can draw you in. Hideo Itami does not draw me in. I don't care about his sourpuss face, okay? Because that's all he does, is he just stands there with a puss face, and then he says something, NXT, blah, 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 blah. No charisma, robotic, script-reading superstar. I never really was big on him, especially since they changed his name. I don't even remember what his original name was, and I apologize for that. There's just so much going on that I can't keep all the information in here at all times, especially with somebody that I don't really care to remember. But he had a much better name coming in from New Japan, and they changed it to Hideo Itami. Stupid name. And whether they took it because Hideo is like the American known name, like it's been being used across entertainment for TV shows like Heroes, and it's just, I don't know. I never liked the guy, so him even being in this situation doesn't appeal to me. Bobby Roode is as glorious as he's ever been. He's going to take care of business tonight. Absolutely take Hideo Itami out. Probably going to be a great match, as I've been saying about everything we talked about tonight. A lot of potential for every match to be really good. I just don't have an investment in this match emotionally. I just don't care. I just want Bobby Roode to almost get it over with, so we can get to something more special, like Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre, or Bobby Roode versus Aleister Black, or Bobby Roode versus literally anybody else on the NXT roster besides Hideo Itami, because I'm just not a fan of the guy whatsoever. And if you don't like it, that's just too bad, because I'm entitled to my opinion, as are you. And feel free to let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. Don't forget to light it up. Let me know what you've been thinking. What do you think's going to happen tonight? What do you think's going to happen tomorrow? Who do you think's going to end up being the champion in any division? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down below. Don't forget, as always, to hit that like button. If you have not subscribed already, please don't forget to do so, and hit the notification bell so you will always be notified immediately, because the sub boxes ain't working lately. As to when new content goes up, it'll be very helpful this weekend. Because of my sporadic schedule, I'm going to be posting stuff in and around the whole entire weekend. So hopefully you get that notification and you know whenever something else gets popped up, because we're going to talk about the UK special. We're going to have our BackLash review eventually by the end of tomorrow or early Monday. We'll see when that gets up, but keep your eyes peeled to Sledgehammer TV for more breaking news, rumors, and highlights in the world of sports entertainment and sports entertainment, or as I like to call it, pro wrestling. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us once again. This has been a pretty good show, and I'm looking forward to all the wrestling we got tonight. We have a couple more breaking news reports coming out over the weekend, I'm pretty sure, as long as I have the time to sit down here and record them. I am Nick Nightmare. This is Blue the Snowball Microphone, thanking you, as always, for being part of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show family. And we are out of here. And thanks for watching. We will see you next time.